money, and a lot of people, in the upper half of the tax bracket say, well, the lower half doesn't pay any taxes. And I said, well, and they're complaining. They say, everybody should have to pay taxes. I said, when they tell me that the lower half doesn't pay taxes, I said, we're halfway there. But the poor, it is not fair to write it off and say, well, the poor don't pay taxes, all they do is live off the other taxpayers. Because they pay the payroll tax, which gets moved around under this current recession, but they pay inflation tax. Some people suffer a lot more from inflation than others. If you're in the middle class or low middle income and you don't go on welfare and you try to work and take care of yourself, or you're on a fixed income or receiving Social Security, guess what? The government tells you your standard of living isn't going down, but that is not true. Your standard of living is going down because you're paying the tax which comes through the printing of money for financing all these debts. On my agenda. We have a ways to go, but there has been some pretty good achievements. In this campaign, and to a degree in the last campaign, we've actually had the people thinking about and talking about and understanding a lot better about the Federal Reserve System. After 100 years, now the Fed is being exposed. And you know how hard they fought against the audit. But the audit actually got passed in the House of Representatives. It didn't get passed in the Senate, but we got a partial audit. There's been lawsuits. So we know more about the Fed now than we ever have before. To some degrees, I was actually shocked when I found out. I believe I know a little bit about the Fed, but when I found out the degree that they were involved, they issued $15 trillion worth of credit in bailing out big banks. Half of them went to European banks. That'd have been much better, if they were looking to get a GDP growth, they'd have been better off just passing out checks to the people and not bailing out the banks. But the Federal Reserve is a facilitator. It facilitates the growth of big government. They brag that we are the lender of last resort. We're to maintain the value of the currency, and we are to maintain low unemployment. Well, they've been not doing too great a job. The unemployment rate, when you measure everybody, and free market economists say it's 22%, and a lot of people actually believe that, so it's much higher than they tell us. Inflation rates are higher than they tell us. They say it's 2%, and everybody knows they're much higher. But the Federal Reserve has been around since 1913, 100 years. They've destroyed 98% of the value of the $1913. I would say we give them an F for that.